Ah, the Pacific Northwest. A beautiful place full of mountains, trees, lakes, rivers, small towns, and trains. Like a lot of trains. And also some planes. But yeah, overall I spent 5 days in the Pacific Northwest. Most were in Portland and some was in Seattle. But without further ado, let's get started. On the first day, we left for the airport. Our flight was being hauled by a Sun Country Airlines Boeing 737, flying from Minneapolis to Portland, obviously. Now, this flying experience is a little bit nerve-wracking since this is my first time flying in a plane in a while. But overall, it was pretty smooth and comfortable. After bypassing TSA, we finally reached the actual gates where we could see planes taking off, landing, and sitting at the gates. It was a different experience since I'd never really gotten this close to these planes before. We boarded the plane pretty much on time, and I got really lucky as the pilots were kind enough to let me explore the cockpit of the 737. And thanks to the pilots, by the way. After flying for it seems like an eternity, we finally reached Portland after 3 hours. Pretty much all I did was sit and look at the wing and window. Yeah, it was a pretty boring flight. Besides almost colliding with another plane, there was not too much that really happened. So, the reason this audio is muted because there's a crying baby on the plane and I don't really want anyone to hear that, so yeah. After a pretty smooth landing, we finally made it to Portland, and I got to see this rare Alaska plane. I have no idea what the dogs are, by the way, so if anyone knows that, then let me know. The real stuff will begin tomorrow. It was only the second day, and yet the second day was the most exciting day, as we would be seeing McLeod River Railroad number 25, an operational steam locomotive. But before we were able to ride it, we had to wait for it at Rockaway Beach. We are at Somewhere Bay. There's a caboose right there. I don't know what that says. Also, these are the train tracks that 25 will come on. And it's raining like heck out here. Ooh, wow. So, it seems like there are way more people at the train station now. 25 will be arriving soon. And the beach is pretty empty, save for a few birds and other people over there. It's pretty empty. Now this was single-handedly the best part of my trip. So I got my little ticket with McLeod River 25 on it. And this is the passenger coach that I'm in right now. It's pretty empty. I didn't record much of the train going backwards, or rather, I didn't really want to keep the footage I had. So, yeah, wasn't all that interesting.
Thank you so much for joining us for the Seaside Railroad. On behalf of our engine crew up in the cab, our onboard staff, and myself, one of the many volunteers who helped keep this operation running, we hope you had fun. So we do take donations as well to keep this historic railroad and its antique equipment in operation.
Is that thing even on?
Wow. This is locomotive number 90. It's pretty rusted and really bad. Look at it. It's all dented and rusty. Its driving wheels are really sore. I hope they restore this thing soon. This GP9 looks kind of like a cow, I won't lie. Look at it. Tillamook Bay, number 101. I don't know what diesel this is. Looks like a GP9 or a GP7. And finally, the train would go back up to Rockaway Beach. And then we drove an hour to Seaside. I can barely hold this umbrella.
That's what 18.
I can barely hold this umbrella.
That's what 18.
Oh, I can't hold the umbrella. Cool looking apartment. Oh my gosh, it's so windy. We're at Seaside, Portland, and I can not hold my umbrella anymore. There's a festival going on here. What? So this is Seaside, and it's literally the seaside. They have a lot of seafood here. Norma's seafood and steak. Okay. It's a pretty nice building, I gotta admit. And this church looks like a train station as well, but I don't think it is. There are no trains in Seaside. There used to be, but not anymore. That's a movie theater, by the way. This is a pretty cool small ocean town. So, I did some research, and Seaside actually does have trains. Here are all the ones I could find. This red caboose on display at a model railway museum in Seaside. This U-Haul caboose, which might not even be a caboose. And there's also this logging museum. And they have no engines, but they have rolling stock such as cranes, cabooses, and even passenger cars. After spending 2 hours in Seaside in the shivering cold, we finally went back home, which was a big relief. The next day, we left Portland to go where exactly? Seattle. Well, not Seattle, but in Washington in general. Also, I am dead serious when I tell you, I saw Union Pacific 1982 in the yard. Just sitting there. The Mopac carriage unit, my favorite Union Pacific carriage unit, was just sitting in the yard. But I ended the recording so I couldn't record it. So, after that little oopsie, I got to record a BNSF manifest, I think, and a BNSF war bonnet, or what they call them, Santa Fe war bonnets, still in war bonnet paint from the Santa Fe. Also, this is like the 7th war bonnet I've caught. Anyways, after stopping for snacks at the space age, we finally head on our way. Not to Seattle, but to Mount Rainier, Washington's Golden Mountain, I guess. Bro, it is foggy as heck, bro. Look at this. Oh shit, car. Oh my god, bro. I'm like 23,000 feet in the sky or something, and it's like foggy as heck, bro. What the heck, bro? Mount Rainier will probably be the shortest segment, since I didn't record much because it was slippery, rainy, and cold. And I almost lost my phone, so yeah, I didn't like Mount Rainier at all. Well, I sort of made it to the top, and there's a giant ravine over there, and it's very steep and kind of scary. The fog is still here, and it's still cold as heck. I don't know when it's gonna clear up, but this is really scary. There's this little stream that goes down there into the ravine, and this place looks really familiar, but I don't know where I got it from, but this place looks oddly familiar to me, and I don't know why. This is Mount Rainier, sort of, the top of it. There's a mini waterfall, and there are the trees. It's a steep drop. Look at this. That's a marmot, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
They blend in with the rocks.
They really do. I thought that was a rock at first.
Good eye.
Yeah. It's starting to rain a little bit, and there's a lot of snow, and it's getting kind of slippery. Look at all that snow. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it that far. I mean, we could try, but we might have to turn back soon, so I'm not sure. Found the glacier while walking on the trail. I don't know where this came from, but yeah, it's really cold up here. So I think this is the top summit or something of Mount Rainier. I'm not sure though, but it's pretty rocky and pretty foggy and still cold. Yeah, I didn't record much at Mount Rainier, as I was scared of slipping or falling, and it was really wet and rainy and cold, so whatever. Eventually, we ended the day at a buffet, and I got to record this little jello as I put it on a plate. Also, before I end the video, I saw an X on the Pacific GP38-2 just sitting in the yard. I'm really sad I didn't get to catch it on my phone. Next up, in part 2, we arrive in Seattle and check out many places they have there, including an aviation museum that they have at the Boeing plant. And we also see Portland's biggest orange, and spot a few trains out Multnomah Falls as well. So stay tuned, or not.